Hey guys, back again with another hand. I went out of town this weekend to Florida, so wasn't posting too many videos. As you can see, I might be a little sunburnt, but I played this hand last week, right before I left for Florida, and it's pretty good hand. By my, at least by my friend, I think. I've had him on the channel before. His name is Kevin. He did a hand history with me last year about Omaha, and he's a very solid player. He's the main villain. He would be villain number 7 over here, and you'll see this is quite the hand, quite a great play. And I just also wanted to say the reason why I'm bringing up this hand is because there's a lot to learn actually from one of the parts of the hand that I think a lot of people kind of get wrong, or in general just don't have the bluffs in the spot in poker. But anyways, let's get into the hand. It is folded to the main villain, who opens to 30. We're playing 5-10 no limit at the Cleveland Jack Casino, and this game was crazy. Just so you know, for a little context, everyone sitting in this game is a pro except for 2 guys. There was a guy in this seat, which would be seat 9 or whatever, a seat 8. And he might have been there during this hand. I can't really remember, but he was just spewing off tons of money. And then one of the biggest fish in Cleveland walked in to my immediate left, which kind of sucked. He's on my left. But the game started at 1 o'clock in the morning, and it went all morning. I'll just say that. And it was quite the game. But anyways, everyone at this table is a pro, and my pro friend raises it to 30. I love it when games are like this. My other buddy calls from the cutoff, and with red aces, this is a clear 3-bet, make it 125 in position, and both of them call, and we see a pretty damn good flop for our hand, right? Again, this site will scroll down. They both check to me, and this is where it gets a little interesting. Now, this is a clear range bet or small bet or whatever you might want to call it. I think this is you bet small. You're getting value from, with aces, you're getting value with everything. It's 3-way. If you get raised, what I've studied in this spot is the bluffs are going to be coming from clubs and straight draws. This guy here is probably the only one with low enough cards and a 6. He should probably not have almost any 6s. The only 6s he should have is pocket 6s, which is one combo, and then maybe the combos of pocket 3s. This guy has definitely nut advantage in terms of the top part of his range, and so considering all this, how little you get raised and how often the raise is a bluff, it should be a clear bet, right? But this game, like I said, was just a very strange game, and I did something that I shouldn't have done, I think, especially talking over this hand with my friend, and I checked back. I gave my friend some rope, I believe, and I just thought I was so ahead. I need to sort of let them catch up, but this is why the first thing you need to do is stick with your plan. I've said this a million times in my videos before. If you have a plan, my plan was basically to not fold like anything. I unblock clubs, and I have pretty much the best hand. I'm at top of range. Top of range on the turn would definitely just be jacks, but still pocket jacks. And I sort of veered from my plan, and I don't think it's on the turn. But what happens is they check to me on the turn, which now it's a clear bet. I bet like a little bit less than half pot, and they both call. Okay, I don't think too much needs to be said about the turn. Maybe we could talk about sizing, making it bigger. I like 200 in the 5, whatever it was. and the river was the 4 of diamonds, pretty much a blank. Technically, a few straights get there, but and they probably do have the straights in their range if he probably does, if especially after checking twice. I don't think a straight wants to lead here. I don't know. I don't think there's enough fold equity against two people with a straight draw. I meant on the turn if you're going to lead here. I think if you like bet big out of position against these two, you're just going to lose some EV. I think ace king is just like going to call you down. Ace highs, ace queen, and all the pocket pairs, and they check again to me. Now, I think in theory, if we can run this through a solver, if I had to guess like what the solver does, I would guess that the solver mixes every option, but probably leans towards a bet. And I thought there's no way that they would double check to me without having a good hand, because I think like pocket queens and kings bet the turn from them. I'm beating both. And I think the only slow plays would be the straight, which would be 5-7, but it's like I had a feeling they were kind of playing loose, by the way. I think they could have 5-7 in their range for sure. But right here, not the cutoff. Just because of how the dynamic between cutoff works in this situation as a call, the calling range. And the and then the other hands that you check, the only value hands that you would check would be pocket 3s, 6s, and jacks. By both of them, I think this guy here would bet his nuts probably on this river, even though I have the initiative, however useful that is. But this guy, I think, would want to, since there's two guys into it, the pot, he would want to go for a check raise. And I do go ahead and bet 400 into this pot. Got 900 behind. I think I had a little bit more. I had a little bit over 1,000, which is basically the same thing. And my friend immediately goes all in. My other friend folds, and this is just like a disgusting spot. Like, this is why you need to veer away from a lot of like these playing like differently maybe than you might used to, than you're used to, like not betting the flop. I'm in a node that I really don't know as well. Now I'm going. Now I want to go against my plan, which is the call down. In poker in general, this is extremely underbluff spot. Population for live poker through the stakes I play, which is all the way down from 1-2 up until 5-10. This is extremely underbluffed. Checking all the way and then check jamming river. And the reason this is underbluffed, and this is the reason why I'm bringing up this hand, why I think this is the best hand that I've played so far this year, and it's only in March, and I'm going to call this the hand of the year so far. This is my nomination for my own personal hand that I've played hand of the year so far, is that the bluffs are, villain has no bluffs in general. Like population, most people at these stakes, there's no bluffs. The bluffs should be coming from clubs, missed clubs, maybe missed straight draw. And I guarantee it, and I'm not going to bring up the solver, that the bluffs are going to be coming from some pairs that don't have showdown value. Now, I'm not sure how often a jack should have showdown value. I think when you have a jack and when you have a pair of jacks, your kicker needs to block the higher broadways, king, queen, ace, to have showdown value. Anything below maybe jack, queen, so like jack 10 and below, I think you can turn into a bluff. You just don't have enough showdown value when someone goes for this type of bet, a little bit under half pot on the river. So what I'm basically trying to say is the reason why I massively overfold this spot, and just so you know, and I don't think I'll say this: I folded, okay, and the reason why I overfold this is because population doesn't have the bluffs required. If you do the math of this pot, it's going to be to call 1675 to win 3,000. That's like getting a little bit better than half pot, so it's going to be a little bit around 3-1. Just checking with my pot odds. I actually need, less than 30%. I need 25% to call here, which is, I mean, do you think aces can win 1 out of 4 times? In theory, I believe it's a yes, because 2 computers in this node are going to have definitely enough hands, definitely enough bluffs. But population, this is sort of the whole reason I'm making this video, is population doesn't have enough bluffs because they really only have like missed draws or something. I don't even know. Most of the population doesn't even get to the river with any bluffs, with anything but like a pair, you know? And population is not bluffing a pair. Now, my friend, this, just to give you a little story about like how the hand actually played out. You know, I'm tanking. I'm looking at my friend. I'm looking over at the fish on my left, and I'm like, what is this guy doing? Is he bluffing me in the game where this fish that walked in, who's not in the hand, is going to give away $4,000 to all of us? Is he really bluffing me? I mean, what is going on? Like, what are his bluffs? Does he only have? He has pocket jacks. The guy has pocket jacks, and I say out loud, because me and him play all the time. We're really good friends. I go, what do I have, Kevin? And he says, and he's really doing a really good job. And he's saying he says he's not making eye contact with me, which is really good. I think when you make eye contact with someone, it actually shows that you're bluffing a lot, because you're like, that's sort of my live read. Like, he's got to fold. What's he going to do? You're staring at him. Oh, he's got to fold. And he says, I think I know what you have. And I'm like, what does it start with? Meaning, like, is it an ace? Is it, ace king? And I'm like, so I'm thinking he knows what I have, and I know that he knows that I know. And it's this level war between, me and my friend who I've ran so many hand histories with. We talk poker all the time. It's this sick leveling war. And I'm just like, and the sickest thing about this whole thing is I had to borrow money from him, because long story short, I went to the casino at 1:00 in the morning just to hang out. I wasn't even going to play poker. And I'm borrowing money from him because I had $50 on me. And now I'm thinking, like, how could he be bluffing me here? Like, and all these stupid thoughts, and I'm just like, population, I've been playing 2-5 for the past 2 weeks after taking like a few months off. This is never a bluff at 2-5, never. And I'm just like, okay, I fold. You have pocket jacks, good hand. And so he's like, good hand. I show him aces, good hand. 7 hours later, when the session breaks, he's like, Nick, I told a lie to you. I did not have pocket jacks. I'm like, no way. Which means like he didn't have that. He bluffed me. And I go, what did you have? And he says he has Jack 8 of clubs. What a great hand to bluff with, guys. Even if this wasn't suited, because he hit the jack on the turn. Like, I mean, it's pretty loose but who cares? This is such a great hand, and what I learned from the hand is the importance of having more than just the regular bluffs in your range that you normally see at your stakes or in general. Because like I said, like a computer would have bluffs like this in this range. A lot of people would just a lot of fish, I think, call here and like cry. And I think a lot of good players fold here. But really good players, and this is a shout out to my buddy because I think he's really, really good. He bluffs here because he knows I'm capped. This is the top of my range. I have not many combos of pocket jacks, and no combos of anything else in terms of like sets and boats. So really good hand. And if you guys like this hand, I'm nominating it for my personal hand of the year. Finally got really outplayed in a hand. And please like and subscribe if you like it. If you like this stuff. I will talk to you guys later.